Hey Internet, Eric here. Back with the You Hate It, I Don't. I haven't done one of these in a while. You Hate It, I Don't. I was trying to adjust this. I'm sitting in my recliner, so I'm gonna apologize for any type of shaky cam right now. My back fucking hurts. But anyways, You Hate It, I Don't. If you're new to my channel, is where I feel like I'm in the minority of really enjoying a film. And there's my fucking thumb in the way. Here we go. Yeah, that'll work. Anyways, You Hate It, I Don't is where I feel like I'm in the minority of really enjoying a film. And, I'm in the minority because, either it's been shit on by fans, by critics, both, the universe in general. And with 2016 being the fucking year of the comic book movie, I'm back in the comic book field and I'm going to discuss and defend, or at least try to defend, the first, I believe this is the first Marvel comic superhero to ever make it to the big screen. In 1986, we were given Howard the Duck, starring Tim Robbins, Academy Award-winning Tim Robbins. Wonderful Leah Thompson. There's Tim Robbins right there, acting with a midget in a suit. We also got Jeffrey Jones, not written, but produced by George Lucas. Whoop-de-doo. Now, I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched this fucking movie since childhood, and I loved it when I first saw it, and I still love it. I could probably quote this every time, I watch this, popping in the DVD player. Because I love it so much. I've seen it so much. And I think a lot of the reasons why I love this film so much is it brings me back to my childhood. It's got a lot of nostalgia to it. And, well, first off, let me tell you, if you're new to my channel, I do give minor spoilers. But again, if it came out in 1986 and you don't know what Howard the Duck is about, then, I'm going to have to spoil some shit. If I got to defend this, defend. Basically, we follow Howard the Duck, and he is a duck who lives on Duck World, which, is another planet in a far-off galaxy from ours. And everything in Duck World is a fucking pun. I mean, Howard comes home from work. He is in a band called Howard and the Heartbreakers, which is obviously a pun of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Walks past, a photo of Raiders of the Lost Duck or some shit like that, which is Raiders of the Lost Ark, George Lucas influence, wink wink. Sits down, reads Play Duck magazine. And while he's reading that, he literally gets sucked from his recliner. He gets sucked through the walls out into space, where he lands on Earth in Cleveland, Ohio, where he meets the wonderfully sexy Leah Thompson, who is the lead singer of a band called Cherry Bomb. They forge a relationship, not that kind of a relationship, and I'll discuss that later. And a friendship. And she takes Howard to go meet Phil, or Philzy, as they call him, Tim Robbins, who is really a janitor at a museum. And eventually they meet up. Philzy's trying to figure out how Howard got here. Eventually they meet up with Jeffrey Jones, who plays Dr. Jennings, a scientist, and his buddies, and they try to figure out, they realize while they were exploring the far reaches of space with this gigantic laser, that's what brought Howard here. Flash forward a couple of days, they try the experiment again. They bring something else back called a Dark Overlord, which possesses Jennings. So basically, Howard has to defeat the Dark Overlord while rescuing Beverly, Leah Thompson, and possibly going home with the help of retarded Tim Robbins. And that's it. Now, first off, here's my first defense of this movie. It's called Howard the Duck. It's about a walking, talking fucking duck. Okay? You have to go in with that mind frame. It's like Sharknado, okay? What the fuck are you doing watching a movie called Sharknado and thinking it's going to be a masterpiece? It's not going to be fucking The Godfather or Goodfellas or Citizen Kane. It's fucking Howard the Duck. Okay? So you have to have no expectations. Lower them so much where you realize it's going to be a stupid fucking movie, but you can possibly have fun with it. And I do every fucking time. There are so many fun scenes. I mean, and you gotta, accept the fact that it's, a walking, talking duck on Earth, and people accept that. Like, it's just another day, in their lives. I mean, Howard goes to the unemployment office and no one, bats an eye at him. Yeah, it's just fucking weird and surreal. But you have to go with it. And there's so many fun scenes. I mean, I do love, at first, Tim Robbins is annoying as fuck, as Phil Z. But eventually, him and Howard, come on, this is Tim Robbins acting with a midget in a duck suit, okay? But they have a good rapport with each other. I do love the chemistry because after a while, because later on, possessed Dr. Jennings kidnaps Beverly, and he takes her to the power plant so he can bring down more Dark Overlords to possess her and, take over the world. So Philzy and Howard have to get to the power plant to save her. And there's a scene where, they have to go a long ways and they have no vehicle, so they have to build a flying machine, which you see right here. And it's just a wonderful scene, them trying to control it. Howard's flying and this and that. And they take a side trip because Howard's the pilot and Howard sees some duck hunters. So he decides to knock them out of the boat and saying death from above and shit like that. It's just so much fun. Come on, turn your brain off and enjoy it. I love the scene where they're at a diner. And this is where they're in between Professor Jennings, normal Professor Jennings, to fully possessed Professor Jennings by the Dark Overlord. And Jeffrey Jones is hamming it up. He does a fantastic job. He must realize that this is a shit script. And it is. I mean, he's fucking acting with Leah Thompson, a retarded Tim Robbins, and a midget in a duck suit. And he has to pretend he's possessed by an evil alien being. And he hams it the fuck up. The scene in the diner that I'm talking about, a bunch of rednecks want to kill Howard because, you don't like what you don't understand. So this is a movie about tolerance. They want to kill him. And basically, Leah Thompson convinces Jeffrey Jones that we have to save Howard because Howard can get you what you want. So Jeffrey Jones just goes apeshit and blowing stuff up, yelling puns like if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, as he's making the ovens explode and stuff like that. Again, it's so much fucking fun. And like I said, Jeffrey Jones is just taking this crap role and running with it. I love the scene I love when we finally get to see what a Dark Overlord looks like. I love the design of the creature. It looks kind of like a gigantic scorpion with like a scorpion tail which shoots lasers, these giant claws, and a mouth that looks literally like a vagina with teeth. But I love the look of it. I love the stop motion CGI look of it. I love the voice that it's giving. One of my favorite looking monsters, of all time. I really love it. I don't give a shit what people say. There are some parts that are kind of grating because Howard does make his little duck puns. There's a scene where Beverly is possibly going to get raped in a back alley, and Howard saves her because he knows Quack Fu kicks the shit out of the would-be rapist. Leah Thompson, as sexy as she is, especially 1986 Leah Thompson, she's got some horror dialogue. Like there's a scene where Philzy and Howard have broken into the power plant to save her, and she says, "Be careful, Howard, he's in a bad mood." That's bad. But again, it's Howard the Duck. And you're already invested yourself an hour into this film, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, so you can handle her shitty dialogue. I love the use of practical effects. There's a scene where Jennings has already kidnapped Beverly. He's driving his big rig. And he's starting to pass out because he's lost energy, lost power. And what he needs to do is to literally recharge his batteries Jeffrey Jones, Professor Jennings, opens his mouth, and this gigantic claw, and it's got to be like a long, 5-foot long tentacle with the claw on the end, comes out of his mouth covered in slime, injects itself into the cigarette lighter, and he recharges his batteries, literally. And it's just a cool, disgusting, gross, practical effect, and it works. It's so well done. It's so good. So cheesy. But again, Howard the Duck. You gotta expect some fucking cheese. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Everyone talks about the scene where Leah Thompson tries to seduce Howard. First off, Leah Thompson is in her underwear and in a nightie, looking sexy as hell. Howard has just gotten in the bed, and excuse me, she gets in there and she talks to Howard, and she's talking, they're just bullshitting. He's kind of flirting with her. She's flirting back, just playful stuff. And she's like, "Ooh, do you think I can find, love in the animal kingdom?" And then he's, "Oh, well, maybe, blah, blah, blah." So you can tell she's playing with him. So she moves closer and she like rubs his leg. And you see the feathers on his head go like that. So obviously that's, a premature ejaculation joke. But the thing is, you gotta realize she's never gonna have sex with a fucking duck. She was playing with his flirtations and she was running with it. She was having fun. And that's what it was. That's all it is. She was never gonna have sex with a fucking duck. Get over it, people. And the movie ends, Howard saves the day, and he ends up singing in a rock concert with Cherry Bomb, her band. Guitar solo, they have this stupid-ass, cheesy song between the two of them, and it's just fun. It's a fun 80s way to end a movie about a talking duck who just saved the world. What else do you fucking want? Yeah. I mean, other than, Tim Robbins being annoying in the beginning, and Leah Thompson's annoying dialogue at the end, this is a fun fucking movie. And it's now become a cult classic. But at the time, this movie was shit on so much. And, God, I've never, I can understand why people shit on it. But look at that. Yes, Marvel, right there. This is a Marvel comic character. God. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, man. And you know what? The thing was with the animatronics on the beak when Howard talks, pretty damn spot on to me. I really think it's really well done. It really does look like a humanoid duck is really walking and talking with these, human counterparts, and it's done real well. It reminds me of, this came out first, the 1990 Ninja Turtle movie, where, you can see the mouths, don't always sync up with the dialogue, but it's almost seamless. And it's very, very well done. A lot of effort was put into this movie to, they try their best to make a fun movie, a decent movie, and I think the animatronics worked. Like I said, this movie is just so much fun. You have to go in the mind frame that it's about a talking duck, alright, from Duck World, who's here to save our world. Now, like I said about Sharknado, it's not going to be fucking Citizen Kane, which I've actually never seen, but everyone compares that to like the best movie in the world. But yeah, I got nothing else to say, man. Howard the Duck, absolutely fucking love this film. I need to rewatch it because it's been a while, and you know what? I'm going to probably have as much fun now getting ready to watch it than I did as a kid. And I guarantee you I'm going to be able to quote every fucking line. And I'm proud of it. So, yeah, Howard the Duck. Check it out. Even if you're just curious, you can either watch it and love it, or you'd be like, you know what? Everyone shits on Howard the Duck. I gotta check it out. And that's something I'll do. I'll watch a film just based on its, horrible notoriety. I watched Twilight, for Christ's sake. And that movie was a piece of shit. But I still watched it. So, you know what? Howard the Duck. It's better than Twilight. There you go. Put that on, the poster right there. That's it. So, thank you for watching. Thank you if you're a subscriber, welcome back, and thank you for your support. If you're new, hey, check out my old videos and subscribe if you want. And you know what? Tell your friends, tell your grandma, tell, Aunt Susie down the road. Hey, there's this, fat bearded guy who drinks beer and discusses movies. Why don't you give him a shot? I'll appreciate it. But if you like what you see, please comment below. I love interaction. And if you have any requests for any type of movies, I'll watch anything. You know what? If you want to recommend a good movie that I've probably never seen, or you just want to know my take on a movie, or if you want to be a fucking dick and be like, you know what, I think Eric will hate this fucking film, go right ahead and I'll review it and I'll be completely honest. But, because I do take requests, I have, Gollum, if you're watching this, I still have to watch Turbo Kid. I will watch that soon and review it. I have a request for the work print of Rocky 5, which is very interesting. But I'm going to watch that as well because I enjoy Rocky 5. Excuse me, Rocky 5 is in my You Hate It, I Don't category that this is in. I have, what else do I have coming up? A review of John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, a few others. But yeah, like and subscribe. Cheers. And you know what? I'm going to go watch some 1986 Leah Thompson. So I'll see you later.